Welcome to Uhltrawoman Art's studio video. I would like to share with you how I start a painting. So I paint the Bible, and right now I'm in the book of Genesis. Genesis, I think it's 25, and it's the story of Esau, who is a hairy red baby. So I go to Pexels, Pexels.com. It's a free public domain place on the internet where you can find photographs that you can paint those pictures and then sell them without violating any copyright laws. So I go to Pexels.com and basically search for a red-headed baby. This is the photograph I came up with that I really liked. And what I do is use acrylic painting on canvas. And this is an economy brand. You can get it at any art store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And it's just for student level or quick studies. This happens to be 8 by 10. And it's 5/8 inch deep. There's 2 canvases in this pack. So it's gallery ready. You can actually use these canvases for painting and putting the painting in a gallery. Some galleries require that the paintings be framed, and we can talk about that later on. Some canvases come with gesso already on them. Gesso will give your canvas a smooth, flexible, flat surface. Kind of takes away the little bumps from the fabric that it's made out of. This one is a cotton canvas. So gesso, you can buy it in a container like this. Happens to have a Bob Ross brand. And my brother bought me a couple of these containers last Christmas. And they've lasted a long time. I don't know that I'm even quite halfway through on this one. So 9 months of painting and maybe half of one of these containers. So I'll paint the gesso on there, and I just use flat brush. And if I'm doing a landscape, which is this way, hot dog. No, I have it backwards. Yeah, that's right. Hot dog, hamburger, portrait, landscape. So take the gesso, paint this landscape, horizontal. This is vertical. And sometimes then I'll go up and down also, vertical. But before it dries, I will leave it in the landscape mode to kind of help give that smooth, flexible, flat surface that I will be putting paint on. Once that, and after I use gesso or any of my acrylic paint, you don't want to pour your acrylic paint or the water. You rinse your brush off in water. And I just have a small yogurt-sized glass here. Gesso and acrylic paint, I'll wash it off as best I can in a cup of water. And then on a paper towel or an old rag, I'll just keep wiping that brush till you get all that paint out. Rinse, wipe, rinse, repeat as much as I can. And then if necessary, I'll take the brush to the sink with just Castile soap, any of your dishwashing liquid. Rinse out the remaining if there is any. And do not pour the cup of water with the acrylic paint in it down the drain. That will clog your drains. Acrylic is plastic, so it hardens up and will clog your drains. What I have is a 5-gallon bucket that you could get probably at Home Depot, Lowe's, and I've bought a bag of sand. So I have maybe this much room at the top. Filled up the bucket with sand, emptied out the top. It's right outside my front door. And every time I'm done with the dirty water cup, I pour it into that sand. Now I'm fortunate enough that I live in a zone 9B, a growing zone, so it is hot here. Um, it's September right now, and we're having a very mild day, I think in the high 80s today. But yes, it will break over 100 easily for 3 months out of the summer. And that water in that bucket just evaporates. I don't ever have to clean it out. So the gesso dries, I've cleaned my brush. Then I like to, it's not necessary, just what I do, paint a background. I typically like to paint the background darker than what the painting will turn out to be. So I might take one of the darker colors in this painting and paint that background back and forth, just solid, with, I would choose a light brown or a burnt sienna for this photo, to copy this photo. And again, these are acrylic paints, Castle Art, Daler-Rowney, nothing expensive. They came in art kits that I got as a gift. And I also paint the edges. So the sides, top, bottom, everything painted. That gives you a more finished professional look and more gallery hanging ready. Once I let the background dry, then I use transfer paper or graphite paper. I'll take this sheet of graphite. I happen to choose blue here because it's the opposite of this orangey, reddish orange color. So it'll show up good on that background. If I painted this a light brown or burnt sienna, blue will show up on that. This goes over. There's a shiny side is where the graphite is. And this is kind of the flat or white side. So the shiny side, like carbon paper. If you're old like me, you'll remember what that is. So the carbon side, graphite side goes on the canvas. This side up, I take my painting or drawing photograph, put it on top of this, tape it down so it stays flat. Then I just take a regular ink pen, trace over what's in the drawing. And when I take both of these off, then I have a tracing there where to paint. Where's the eye going, the eyebrow, the hair ringlet, you know, the nose, the nostril. This is how I know where to paint. There are other ways to get your image onto a canvas, but this is one of the simple ways I have been using. So that's all I have for step one. As I continue with this painting, I hope to continue the videos and give you an idea of how I come about from this to a finished product. Thank you for watching. Bye.